My name is Christian Scholtes. I'm a control systems researcher with the Department of Automatic Control at Lund University.
And I'm Bo Bernhardsson. I'm also professor at the same department.
And right now we are at the facilities of kallas Life Science. It's a research company situated outside Lund. And in collaboration with this place, we develop new technologies to improve the state of the art of organ transplantation.
I should say that I'm a guest here today. I usually have my equipment at the university where I work with EEG signals.
And when you think about medicine or therapy rather, it is all about feedback. So when you go to the doctor, she or he will look at signs and symptoms, and based on that will make some actions. And a lot of this can be described using mathematics, and then it can be automated. So this does not mean that the role of physicians is played out, but that we can develop technologies that can help them in many aspects of providing the best healthcare. So using control systems in medicine is not problematic as long as they are used in a correct way, and as long as the physicians who provide the healthcare understand the systems and remain in charge of the patient safety.
Understanding the dynamics of the human body will make it possible to personalize, for instance, diabetes treatment, measure online what happens in the body, and then adapt the medication automatically.
So today we will take a tour and have a closer look at the logistics chain that surrounds transplantation of solid organs. And
we will also have a look on EEG signals and an experimental platform to study the signals that comes out from brain.
This is a set of infusion pumps. What is special about this one is that Ylva has written a custom control system software that takes measurements from the standard instrumentation in the ICU and uses clever algorithms to optimize the dosing of different drugs. So our hope with this project is to demonstrate the safety and the usability of these devices, and then to introduce them within the context of organ donor care. And what we see here is a commercial device. It provides heart compressions for patients that have a cardiac arrest. So by controlling automatically when we add gas, it makes it more likely that the heart starts again and the patient will survive. It also means that if the patient doesn't survive, they still have a much better quality of the heart in the deceased body, which opens up for transplantation from a category of patients that is not utilized today. A severe bottleneck in transportation of organs, and particularly hearts, is the transportation of the organ itself between the donor and the recipient. For a heart today, you have about 4 hours. And Harry, who's now doing a PhD, was involved in early stages of this work. This system here enables automatic control of pressures, perfusion, pH, temperature, and other key variables within the transported organs. Using this technology, we can extend this 4-hour envelope up to 24 hours. The technology has now been transferred to a big medtech company and will soon be available on the market. This is a research setup for a heart evaluation system. Using an automatically controlled device that mimics the vasculature in a normal human body, we can use it to evaluate organs as a decision basis for whether to transplant or not. So today in Sweden, there's a utilization rate of only about 30% of available hearts. The problem is that when you have marginal hearts, for instance, hearts from donors that are older than 60 years, they are routinely discarded simply because we do not know if they will work or not in the recipient.
So what we see here is an experimental station where we study signals coming out from this kind of equipment. It measures the EEG signals, it's the brain signals from your brain. So this kind of equipment is a rather cheap version of EEG measuring equipment. Maybe you have seen this kind of equipment. This has a better performance, but in the future we are aiming for using equipment that has fewer electrodes and are more wearable, and this is mobile. So what we are studying in this experiment is actually how to individualize these kinds of algorithms. It used to be that you studied these kinds of signals for maybe 30 persons. You measured signals from them, you went home, and then you studied these signals for half a year and developed your algorithms. What we are aiming for is a much more rapid, online, real-time optimization of these algorithms in scenarios where you don't have that time. We want to understand what is happening inside the brain. We are not controlling the brain. What we are doing is using this kind of information in applications where you want the brain to cooperate with, for instance, a hearing aid, so that the hearing aid is optimized towards a specific person in different situations. Or it could be that it's the active safety system in the car, and the car wants to understand if the driver has understood the dangerous situation that is occurring now. So my PhD students are here developing a sort of a test case where we can study this kind of interactive control between the algorithms and the machine. So instead of taking maybe several months to optimize an algorithm like this, we want to do it in minutes or less.
My name is Ludwig Sjöberg, and I am the CEO of the medical device company called UGLK Science. I think that industry and university or academia are complementing each other in a really good way, and that having both coexisting in the shapes they are is the best way to actually make real technological leaps. The scope of the universities, where they can focus on the deep knowledge leading to inventions, that's one part of it, so research to inventions. And then we have the industry and the companies whose job is to, from these inventions, turn them into innovations. And from that, take them to some kind of product or service that is actually creating end-user value. In the collaboration with Lund University, Department of Automatic Control, we've been able to overcome especially control-related challenges, and also optimizing our processes.
So in the future, I think we will see more applications of control theory, not only in building equipment, but also study basic research questions, like what is happening inside the strange and very powerful feedback system that we all consist of.
Are there any disadvantages of using automatic control?
No.
No. That's a wrap.